So John Wick is probably one of my favorite action movies with Keanu Reeves. I love the movie so much, and I also talked about how the director and producer of John Wick said he would love to produce one of the Star Wars movies. And I say, more power to you, Kathleen Kennedy. Let's do it. Bob Iger, hire him, and let's do it, and let him work some magic because those are some fantastic movies. Now, Ahmed Best, who we all know played Jar Jar Binks, and he was also fantastic in The Mandalorian when Grogu had his flashback on Order 66.
Everything's gonna be all right, kid.
12:15. Blast them.
Has said that he would love to be a Jedi John Wick, which I think would be a fantastic series or movie, whatever they decide to do. So I found this article and it just came out and it talks about Ahmed Best and what he wants to do. So it says Star Wars Jar Jar Binks actor Ahmed Best wants to make Jedi John Wick with his The Mandalorian character. It wasn't just a baby Yoda. Whatever that means. Star Wars actor Ahmed Best, who first played Jar Jar Binks in the prequel trilogy, but more recently portrayed Jedi Master Kelleran Beck in The Mandalorian, wants to make a film that's essentially Jedi John Wick. Speaking to Comic Book, Best said his brief appearance in The Mandalorian, where his character helped young Grogu escape from the Order 66 attack on the Coruscant Jedi Temple, was just a tiny fraction of what he wants to make. I want to do a Jedi John Wick as Kelleran Beck, and I don't even need to say any words, Best said, referencing the minimal dialogue in the John Wick films, which is true. It was fantastic. I just want to do 2 hours of lightsabers and people in the way. I really want to do something like that because the fight I did for The Mandalorian is 0.1% of what I could do. And there is so much more. And there he is with his green lightsaber. The Keanu Reeves-led John Wick franchise is known for its nonstop action and stylish combat, which Best believes would lend itself to the Filipino martial arts-inspired Beck. The style that influenced Kelleran Beck is from Filipino martial arts, and nobody really knows very much how deep those arts are, he said. Most of the Jedi are Japanese samurai influenced, but the Filipinos beat the samurai and they beat the Spanish. The way they move, the style that they move, and the weapons that they use are revolutionary. It's so much so that a lot of what Bruce Lee does in Jeet Kune Do is influenced by Filipino martial arts. So I really want that to be highlighted through some kind of Jedi story. Fans will just have to wait and see if Best's dream of Jedi John Wick comes true. But his return to Star Wars after almost 2 decades was certainly met with positive reaction. Disney has plenty of Star Wars films coming up already, though. Fans went a long time without any concrete release dates, but it's now confirmed The Mandalorian Grogu will be the next Star Wars film and hit cinemas on May 22nd, 2026. And that's what Kelleran Beck said. Ahmed Best said as Kelleran Beck. December 18th, 2026 and December 17th, 2027 are also locked in as the 2 subsequent film premiere dates, but it's unclear which of the Disney roster will fill those slots. The most likely candidate is perhaps the Daisy Ridley-led film from director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, however, in which Rey looks to rebuild the Jedi Order 15 years after the events of Star Wars, Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Other possibilities include a film focused on the dawn of the Force, from Logan and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny director James Mangold, or another set to be a culmination of Star Wars shows like Ahsoka and The Mandalorian from Lucasfilm Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni. Thor Ragnarok and Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi is also working on a Star Wars film, though its progress is slow and steady as it's not expected until around 2030. Wow. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson also has an entire trilogy of films announced, but these aren't in active development either. Thank goodness. Finally, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins has a Rogue Squadron movie announced before it was canceled due to her commitments to Wonder Woman 3. But as that film was canceled itself, Jenkins revealed she still owed Disney a Star Wars script and thus sparked hope that Rogue Squadron was back in development, which I thought it was. So there you go. A lot of people were pretty irritated with Ahmed Best when he came out in Star Wars The Phantom Menace as Jar Jar Binks. He got so much flack for his role as Jar Jar Binks. And he, I was older. Jar Jar Binks kind of irritated me. George Lucas put a Jar Jar in there for the kids. And my daughter, who's 7, just watched it, The Phantom Menace for the first time. And she said that Jar Jar and Anakin and The Phantom Menace were her favorite characters. So, if it's made for the children. But besides that, I think a John Wick Jedi movie would be fantastic. Just go in there. Maybe he escapes from Coruscant when he takes Grogu to escape Order 66. They get caught by one of the Star Destroyers, and he has to fight his way through, the battleship like John Wick does, just 2 hours of nonstop action, doing martial arts and blasters and lightsabers. That would be a fantastic movie if they could make it like a John Wick movie and not something that's pushed by the higher ups like Kathleen Kennedy or Bob Iger. It's such a great idea, and I know it probably won't ever happen because Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy want to go in a totally different way, and I'm sure it will never happen. But I can dream and hope and think of the fantastic things that could happen with a Jedi John Wick. And I think the Jedi Kelleran Beck would be a fantastic person, and Ahmed Best did a great job as Kelleran Beck in The Mandalorian when they showed the flashback of Order 66. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Would you be willing to watch a Jedi John Wick movie? Post your comments below. I'm interested to know. And if you're interested also, you should check out this video. May the Force be with you always.